What is up, everybody? Eddie here, and today I want to talk about a video that's been a long time coming, and it's the exhaust that's on my 2019 Honda Civic here, quote-fully named Bullet. Anyways, as you can tell, I have a new addition to my team. I have a cameraman. Thank you, Robert, for helping me. The idea of this video was to get a good video so that you guys have a nice reference as to an exhaust that is probably going to be the cheapest, the best sounding, and to kind of clear up some misconceptions with exhaust. So let's go ahead and not try to make the video too long. Definitely link and subscribe. Definitely do that. But let's walk over here and take a look at what we're working with the vehicle. So for those of you that don't know, this is a 2019 Honda Civic Si. The car itself, as you look through it, you go through things, you're gonna see a lot of people who talk about a muffler delete, okay? And when they talk about a muffler delete specifically, what they're talking about is on the back of the car, there's actually two suitcase style mufflers. So you actually have a muffler on this side of the vehicle and you have a muffler on this side of the vehicle, and then you have a resonator, okay? Now, for those of you that don't know, I need to tell you the difference between a muffler and a resonator, and this comes down to sound, okay? A resonator destroys resonance within the piping, okay? So back in the day, if you ever hear like an old school Honda, or like where it buzzes like a bee, you know, it's like real high pitched and stuff, that is because they've taken the resonator off the car. So the resonator, what it does is it kills the high frequencies that vibrate within the pipe itself, okay? The difference is that in a turbocharged car, a resonator doesn't do a whole lot. You gotta remember that a turbocharged car, if you straight pipe it, as long as you leave the catalytic converter on, will always be more quiet than a naturally aspirated car. And the reason why is the way that a turbo works. Turbo uses exhaust gas pulses to actually power the turbine to create boost, therefore slows your exhaust gas pulses down and therefore quiets the car. So turbocharged cars, if they have the stock catalytic converter and downpipe on them, are always going to be quieter than their naturally aspirated counterparts. So the car from factory does come with a resonator. It's about 21 inches long. It's about this big around, and then it comes back, and then it Y-pipes out into two individual suitcase style mufflers, and then out of the HDMI tip. So a lot of what people do is they actually delete the rear mufflers itself. And originally, that's what I was gonna do. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want it too loud. I live in California. We got that new stupid law, you know, where the cops can give you a ticket if they, you know, see your car has exhaust and they want to sneeze on it or some BS like that. However, the muffler shop that I took to, Muffler Tech, they actually cut off the rear section of the muffler, and then they started it, and my car sounded like a vacuum cleaner. Like, it didn't sound good. So I worked with the guys at the muffler shop a little bit, and there's a key component here when you do a muffler delete that is very important to make your car sound good. So we're gonna go ahead and come down here to these exhaust tips, and we'll talk about that. So these exhaust tips that you actually have here, what they are is it's one pipe that comes into a custom Y pipe, and then that Y pipe has two more Y pipes adapted on it. So it's really more like a W, I guess. Think of it like a Y pipe, and then a Y pipe and a Y pipe, and that's what gives you the quad tips here. Now, tip selection is very important when you're talking about mufflers, and the reason why this is that if anybody plays musical instruments, does anyone here play guitar? Like if you play guitar. See how I do that? Dislike if you don't play. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't care if you dislike. It's all good. So when you're talking about muffler tips, you're talking about resonance once again. If you ever look at a guitar, you see a guitar made out of wood, maple, cherry wood, Bosa wood. They're made out of different types of wood, and different types of wood create different sound. Well, think of your exhaust like a musical instrument, right? Think of it like a trumpet or a tuba, right? The bigger the tube, you blow through a tuba, the deeper the tone. The smaller the instrument, the higher the tone. So if you want deep exhaust, you have to have something that's large enough to come out to create that sound, to amplify, to get those bassier tones. And this is a good way to do it. If you get exhaust on a car, make sure you get double-walled exhaust. It's very important. Double-walled tips are very important when you do anything because it stops the tinny sound. There's no little like soda can noise because the tips are actually so thick, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and start it up. and we're gonna get a couple rev sounds from it here, and then we're gonna do a drive-by. I would like you guys to really listen for the pops too coming down, because it's actually really neat. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it up here, and let's see if we can't get some revs out of it. Sounds pretty good, huh? For those of you that are curious on what kind of two-step I'm running, I'm actually running a K-tuner. So we're gonna go ahead and do some drive-bys here and see what we can do as far as getting a good sound for this exhaust. If you'd like to hear what the car sounds like on the inside, definitely watch some of my other videos. Most of my videos are done from the cockpit of the Si, and because of that, you can definitely hear what it sounds like. When I get done with the drive-bys and seeing what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and jump out and give you my final thoughts, tell you how much it cost, and more importantly, if I would do it again. I'm also going to answer the question regarding drone. So let's go ahead and get you guys some drive-bys and we'll show you how it works. Right. Hopefully you're able to hear some really neat things about the vehicle. What I showed you there was I showed you, of course, the two-step. I wanted to show you the kind of pops that it gives you in first gear as you drove by, and then more importantly, what it actually sounds like when you're on boost. So I need to thank you guys for watching that. Down to some big questions that I know I'm going to get. Number one, what did it cost me? Well, that's a good question. If you're in Northern California in the Sacramento area, I would definitely recommend Muffler Tech. They've been doing my exhaust for literally 18 years on all of my different vehicles. They're a phenomenal company, and they will give you a really good deal. Ask for Matt if you go there. The tips cost me about $120 for the tips together. Like I said, they are stainless double wall tips. And then the muffler delete itself was about 160 bucks. So all in, I'm about $200 for the exhaust. There's very few exhausts out there that you can get for $200 that are gonna sound as good as this does. Another question, would I do it again? Abso-freaking-lutely. The car does not sound good from the factory. Once they break in a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, they do sound good. I've heard some Civics like this model that have like 40, 50,000 miles on it, and they do sound really good. But if your car is new or it doesn't have the breakdown of the mufflers, definitely go for a full delete on it. But like I said, you might be able to save yourself some money. Most insurance companies will do a resonator delete for 40 bucks, muffler delete for 40 bucks, and then whatever the hell the cost of the tip is itself. So like I said, just find some double wall tips and go from there, however you'd like to do it. The last question is regarding drone. First of all, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, none of you know what drone really is, okay? You guys go on forums and people say, oh, does your car drone? Okay, every exhaust drones. every exhaust, okay? I have 4 motorcycles, they all have exhaust. Guess what? They all drone. Every car I've ever owned, drones, technically. Drone, once again, is that noise that you hear, not exhaust. It's when you're driving and you get that like it's a flat, almost like a gray tone, like boo. Yeah, I'll do it again. Boo. Okay, that you get when you're at a certain speed. This exhaust does drone, and it drones really bad between 73 and 75 miles an hour. Unfortunately, that's kind of where I cruise a lot. So I either have to be going 70 or I have to be going 80 to get rid of the drone. Other than that, 0 to 72, no drone at all. And it only does it in 6th gear. So the moment that the RPMs kick up, the drone goes away. So like I said, does it drone? Yes. Does all exhaust drone? Yes. You really don't know what drone is until you've driven like an 07 Dodge Mega Cab, like diesel. Yeah, those things drone like crazy. But anyways, would I do it? Totally. If you guys got any questions regarding the exhaust or comments, definitely leave a like and subscribe down below. My next video is going to be in reference to the K-Tuner. Little hint, I already smoked my clutch playing with it, but it's also cool. But I'll do a whole review. I do want to thank you guys very much for watching the video. And if you guys like this model of me walking around, you can see my fatness, not just me driving, you know, from the car, kind of go from there. Have a great day, and thanks again for watching. Deuces.